Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have a lot of Target stuff we want to go and talk about throughout this video. Some maybe bad news in regards to the next upcoming Target restock it as well. Kind of how this brand new Target update for the restocks kind of actually made some things kind of bad, because we actually saw some updates I saw from some Discord groups, and we kind of have some overall kind of bad news and kind of weird news. And for me, I'd like to go and talk about the community and also kind of hear your thoughts down below. Because like I said, with Target switching up everything and doing everything a little bit more on the different in terms of how you guys get the consoles, how you guys pick up the consoles, and how basically their drops are going to be working, it does kind of mess around with a few different things. So let's go and talk about that all throughout this video. If any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are entered into the brand new giveaway. We have the link trees in the comments and all that stuff down below with bonus entries for the second and third channels. Might as well YOLO it on up, as well as we have the Twitter and Twitch streams linked down below. Amazon links for the new controllers and consoles as well. Make sure you guys have the notifications on for this channel and sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100 and you guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. Like the video, let's go actually dive in the video itself. So if you guys kind of missed it, we actually did go and actually have a Target drop today, but this was only for the Xbox, and we were kind of somewhat assuming that. I touched on that in the earlier video as well, where basically we kind of knew that Target was somewhat at least prepping up stuff, because they made the press announcement talking about how they're going to be releasing up the Xbox Series X and S in different fashions, and we kind of basically knew that Target itself had some movement. There was some stock. We were kind of creeping, kind of going through all that stuff. But of course, I know a lot of us out there in the community are more so trying to find up the PS5 and get information on that and get that. I know it's definitely been the more major focus point. But I want to go make some comments on how this could be affecting up the PS5 restock when it happens, as well as also how the future drops can also be affected, and also if the PS5 kind of goes to this format as well, and why it actually might be kind of a bad thing. So as we talked about, there's actually a brand new way to go get your consoles when it comes to Target, more so on how they're handling the restocks, where instead of them just kind of actually having like a proper drop time, where they're like, okay guys, this next hour or so, we're selling the PS5 disc, digital, Xbox Series X and S. What they end up changing, we talked about this in the past few videos, is that the Xbox itself is now just whenever there's stock available, they're just going to release it out in the wild, out in the public. If your local stores have anything, they basically will have stock. I can show you guys an example over here from my own current store, or basically for the Xbox Series S console, it's basically out of stock for like a random store I selected. This is not my actual Target store itself, but then there's also, if you guys look through around all these other different areas, you guys can kind of go and see that there is other pickups that say maybe like this Batavia that actually has 4 consoles in stock, ready within 2 hours for in-store pickup when it comes to the actual store itself. So like I said, they actually have kind of changed up the system where if the stock is there, then the stock is there. It's going to be updated on the website and it's all good to go. Now, we're also pretty much assuming that that will be happening very soon to the PS5 as well. As of right now, it is not happening, and we are just slowly waiting for the next PS5 restock. We'll probably have another video on that later on throughout tonight. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for that. We'll kind of talk about a lot of different news and some employee stuff. I'm reaching out to as many people as I possibly can, so don't stress about it. If we get more any info, I will let you guys know. But when it comes to this, we're kind of somewhat assuming how this is going to be, they're going to be changing this up in the very near future as maybe the hype kind of dies down, or it's not instantly selling on out, or if they just want to change up this system. So why is this kind of a bad thing? Why is this kind of rough or whatever? Now, we did actually see a few people in the community go and get some Xboxes from Target. We did go and see that. We also talked about it. So it's kind of nice to go and see that we are getting some confirms. But one major thing, and this is why I'm kind of assuming this might be kind of a bad thing, is bots. So now you guys might be thinking, okay, how it is still local store pickups or whatever. What I actually saw in a Discord group, this is like, so I've been a part of a few of them just trying to see if we get information or leaks or whatever. We actually saw someone who custom coded a bot for their local Target area that will be buying out any PS5s if they go up in stock. And it's kind of just more so like I guess a small like edit from their previous bot they had going on for Target itself. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of bots themselves, unless you guys are only using it for yourself to buy the console or for family and friends. Some people actually set up bots to go and scalp consoles for their local areas, and that's where I kind of draw the line, because at that point, you're taking away from someone, and it's just not good. I'm sure most of you guys agree. We're kind of anti-scalpers here. But as I mentioned, they've actually coded up now a bot that will just go and constantly keep on refreshing up anytime at all for the Xbox Series X, because that's still profitable, as well as for the PS5s to basically go and buy out any consoles, which once again is kind of similar to the previous bots they had before. So we always kind of knew they were aware and conscious of it. But now we're seeing more people more so purely focusing up on Target, or they may, whenever this is like fully done for the PS5 itself, because as of right now, it's only for the Xbox, where you have to look at your local area and store and pick it on up. But now I do think if they transition to the same thing where it's not at like a set buy point, like, you know, not like at a set like actual event time scale, that possibly all these consoles that are going to be going up for stock and for sale, because it's a little bit more on the RNG side, might just end up just going purely to scalpers. Now, this is not, as of right now, they have not changed the system. And I've always kind of had to deal with scalpers anyway. So if you guys see the big stock, it's okay, because they can't go buy out like 10 consoles all at once. It's just the store does not probably allow it. But more so, we're kind of seeing that with Target stores like this, if they try to set up with other emails or have maybe multiple different other payment options or whatever, this actually might lead into really bad issues where if it's all just RNG on when the website kind of puts it up randomly, like let's say they just do it on like a Monday one week and then a Friday next week, and then 2 weeks from now it's a Wednesday or whatever, then that actually might be a really, really bad thing for all of us out there trying to get consoles, because it may just automatically keep on getting picked up and bought by people who go and set up all these bots to go and get the consoles. And we kind of had to deal with this before. As I said, it's like not too much of a major change, so don't be like too worried or too stressed. But I do want to say that actually might make it worse for normal buyers, because let's say they only put out like 4 consoles, and then they get instantly bought out by bots, then that might lead into big issues for Target later on, because then as long as people are still making money scalping, they're going to keep on doing it for the next 6 months or year or so, and then it makes it even harder for normal people to go buy consoles at Target itself. So like I said, this is like, we're kind of starting to see this pop up a little bit over here. So I want to talk about it, because maybe then Target might see this video. Realistically, probably not. Let's be real here. But maybe you guys can kind of be aware of it, or more maybe on like the next major drops, you guys can try your best a little bit harder to try to get your consoles, or kind of see how stock is available as well. Because I don't want you guys to have to be having to constantly keep on competing with bots. Meaning with people with scalpers, with people with like 5 people just trying to buy it in the same local area just to make money. And that's why I really enjoy the idea in theory that a lot of these major retailers are moving towards in-store orders and in-store pickups, because we're seeing that a lot. And I kind of feel like this is just kind of like the start of it, where they don't have to focus on doing like these big event drops like every 2-3 weeks, and they can just start being like, check your store, if it has stock, it has stock, which I think actually overall would be nice, as long as the walk-in was there too as well. I think the weird in-store pickup stuff is strange, but once again, I still hold very firmly that I do think Target's going to want to switch to walk-in orders probably within the next 2 months or so, which is probably make it a lot easier for all of us out there trying to get our consoles. But like I said, it just kind of makes it a lot harder, because we're also competing out there too, maybe with bots, other people setting up bots, and ideally we actually don't have to worry about that. And I kind of personally kind of hope, here's kind of like my little ramble on this. You guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys don't try on the giveaway for sure. I'll always link down below. But my kind of thoughts on this is, it seems weird because I kind of feel like the event format was kind of nice. We had a little bit of an advance notice, although roughly within like a 2 to 3 day period, we kind of had good stock information. We kind of knew like if it was gonna be a big drop or a smaller drop. And I personally kind of like that. Like, I'm not really a big fan of being kind of more up in the air. And I'm, like I said, I'm going to reach out to some employees and kind of see if we start seeing consoles in the back, etc. Because I feel like that's a very nice indicator for when drops are going to happen, or if drops will be happening. So we'll definitely have a video up later on throughout tonight. But I kind of like the idea of having these kind of bigger events, because I think it does kind of tone down on scalping and botting. Because with all of that, like if you have 20 consoles, you can't necessarily buy all 20 consoles. But as I mentioned, if the stock kind of trickles on in, you have like 3, you sometimes actually can't have scalpers fully just buy out the entire stock with them and their friends. They get notified and they go and send a text to their brother John, and they just buy out the store. And I do think this actually could make it a little bit harder. Now, once again, we'll kind of have to maybe go and see how the next few waves, like the next 2 Target restocks happen. I may just be kind of being worried for nothing, because I actually am a big worrier, because I want you guys to get your consoles. And I feel like if it ever makes it a little bit harder when it comes to bots or scalpers, that makes me upset, because I'm sure all of you guys agree we just don't like scalpers overall. So I guess we'll kind of see how this next Target drop will actually go. I am hoping that this is not going to be as bad news as we expect. And of course, I mean, maybe it's good news, because we still keep on seeing the Xbox Series S console still in stock, like they even still have 4 up in stock. But this is also a less sought after console, so I'm not really necessarily 100% sure exactly how it's going to work on out. So we'll see how that PS5 actually works, because we do know 100% they're going to keep on doing the event drops for the PS5. So at least for the next few drops, we'll probably have a little bit more on the, hopefully, less competition, less bots, less scalpers. But as I mentioned, with people kind of developing up stuff and working on stuff, it actually might even be really bad for the Xbox, more so for now. And as I mentioned, maybe we can kind of go and see it throughout the next like month or so and see if it hopefully clears on up a little bit better, and hopefully more people can start getting their consoles a little bit on the easier side. Or ideally, as I keep on mentioning, that maybe Target will just move to pure walk-ins and we don't have to worry about these online orders in hopefully the very near future. So please, Target, follow in Walmart's footsteps the best you can. Please, please, please. And as well, if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on and enter in the brand new giveaway with the link trees down below. Definitely leave a comment down with your thoughts. We have the Twitter and Twitch streams as well, a link down below if you guys want to follow. And of course, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stack, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin, and definitely go check on the Amazon links for the PS5 consoles, the controllers, and all that good stuff. And well, thank you guys all so much for watching. You guys are all fantastic, and I appreciate you guys all a lot.